Most people think personal finance is complicated, intimidating, or only for people who are already good with money. But the truth is, personal finance is not about math genius or perfect discipline. It's about understanding a few core ideas and putting simple systems in place that work quietly in the background. Today we're breaking down personal finance and financial literacy in plain language. We're talking about credit scores, taxes, emergency funds, and retirement planning, and we're doing it in a way that actually makes sense. No jargon, no overwhelm, just clear ideas you can use immediately. Think of your financial life like a house. You don't start by decorating the living room or buying expensive furniture. You start with the foundation. If the foundation is weak, everything else cracks under pressure. Most people try to invest, buy real estate, or chase returns before they understand the basics, and that's why stress shows up even when income increases. Let's start with how money actually flows, because this is where most confusion begins. Money only does four things. It comes in, it goes out, it gets saved, or it gets invested. That's it. Every financial outcome you experience is just a reflection of how those four things interact. If money comes in faster than it goes out, you breathe easier. If it goes out faster than it comes in, stress shows up no matter how much you earn. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the average U.S. household spends over $70,000 per year, yet most people underestimate their spending by thousands. That gap between perception and reality is where financial anxiety lives. Now let's talk about credit scores, because this is one of the most misunderstood tools in personal finance. Your credit score is not a measure of how rich you are. It's a measure of how predictable you are as a borrower. Lenders don't care about your intentions. They care about patterns. There are three main drivers of your credit score: payment history, credit utilization, and credit age. Payment history is the biggest. Miss payments, and your score drops fast. Credit utilization is how much of your available credit you're using. Maxed out cards signal risk, even if you pay on time. Credit age rewards patience. The longer your accounts stay open and clean, the better. Here's a simple comparison. Two people earn $80,000. One has a 760 credit score. The other has a 660 score. When they apply for a mortgage, the first person might get a 6.2% rate, while the second gets 7.2%. On a $400,000 mortgage, that difference can cost over $90,000 in extra interest. Same house, same income, different behavior. That's why Ramit Sethi often says your credit score quietly controls how expensive your life becomes. Now let's move to emergency funds, because this is where stability begins. An emergency fund is not an investment. It's insurance. It's the financial version of airbags in a car. You don't notice them when the road is smooth, but you're grateful they exist when something goes wrong. Most experts, including Suze Orman and Dave Ramsey, recommend saving 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Not income, expenses. If your core monthly expenses are $4,000, your target is $12,000 to $24,000. The Federal Reserve reports that nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing. That's not because they're irresponsible. It's because they skip this step. Compare two people with the same income. One has $15,000 in a high-yield savings account earning 4.5%. The other has $1,000 in checking earning almost nothing. When a job loss or medical bill hits, one stays calm and flexible. The other reaches for credit cards and stress takes over. High-yield savings accounts finally allow emergency money to grow instead of decay. They won't make you rich, but they buy peace, time, and options. And those are underrated assets. Now let's talk about taxes, because taxes are the quiet leak in most financial plans. Most people focus on how much they earn, not how much they keep. But wealth is built in the gap between those two numbers. Here are 3 tax truths that matter. First, not all income is taxed the same. Second, tax brackets don't mean all your income is taxed at one rate. Third, where you place your money matters as much as how much you invest. A traditional 401k lowers your taxable income today. A Roth IRA lets your money grow tax-free forever. An HSA offers a triple benefit: deductible contributions, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals for medical expenses. Here's a simple story. 2 people earn the same income and invest the same amount for 30 years at an average 8% return. One uses taxable accounts only. The other uses tax-advantaged accounts. The second person can end up with hundreds of thousands more simply because fewer dollars were lost to taxes. Taxes are friction. Fees are friction. Complexity is friction. Now let's address debt, because debt shapes how fast or slow you move. Not all debt behaves the same. A mortgage at 3.5% is very different from a credit card at 22%. High-interest debt works against you every day you carry it. If you owe $10,000 on a card at 22% and make minimum payments, you can pay over $20,000 over time. Paying that off is the equivalent of earning a guaranteed 22% return. That beats almost any investment. Ray Dalio talks about cause and effect. High-interest debt guarantees a negative outcome if left unchecked. Removing it is like taking off a weighted vest. Let's pause here for a second. What's a money-related topic you'd like us to cover next? Drop your suggestions in the comments. Okay, let's get back to it. Now let's talk about retirement, because this is where time becomes the main character. Retirement planning isn't about age. It's about math and behavior. The biggest factor is not how much you invest, but how early and how consistently. Here's a comparison that surprises people. Someone who invests $5,000 per year from age 25 to 35 and then stops can end up with more money than someone who invests the same amount from 35 to 65. Same contribution. Different timelines. Warren Buffett has said his greatest advantage wasn't intelligence but time. Over 90% of his net worth was built after age 50. Compounding feels slow until it suddenly doesn't. It's like pushing a flywheel. At first, nothing happens. Then momentum takes over. Historically, the stock market has returned around 7% to 10% long-term. At 8%, money doubles roughly every 9 years. At 10%, every 7 years. That means consistency beats intensity. Now let's connect all of this into something practical, because knowledge without systems fades fast. Behavioral finance shows that automation beats willpower every time. People who automate savings and investing consistently outperform those who rely on discipline. Think about setting a thermostat versus adjusting the temperature every hour. One requires constant effort. The other quietly works in the background. Automate 3 things. Emergency savings. Retirement contributions. Short-term goals. If your employer offers a 401k match of 3% to 6%, that's an instant 100% return. Ignoring it is refusing free money. Morgan Housel often emphasizes that the goal of money is not to impress others, but to control your time. Systems help you do that without thinking about it daily. Here's the big picture. Financial literacy is not about being rich. It's about being prepared. It's about reducing stress before it shows up. It's about knowing that when life throws a curveball, your finances don't collapse. The people who win with money don't make perfect decisions. They avoid repeated mistakes. They build buffers. They respect time. And they let boring systems do the heavy lifting. You don't need secret strategies. You don't need perfect timing. You need clarity, consistency, and patience. If this helped simplify personal finance and made it feel more approachable, subscribe for more real-world money conversations. I'm on the same journey, building systems, learning from mistakes, and improving over time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.